Hey guys, you might remember me from this base, called the Don. I had no idea that video would receive the love and attention that it did, so for that I would like to say a massive thank you. I wasn't expecting 100 views, let alone the 25,000 that it has at the time of making this. With the support you guys showed, it inspired me to revisit the base and give it a facelift worthy of the hype that you gave the first one. So without further ado, I give you the Don V2. This base improves upon all of the features that were either lacking or missing from the first one, truly making it what I think to be one of the best solo duo trio bases of 2023. Whether it be better utilization of space, improved SAM placements for better MLRS protection, more storage, more core respawns, I've covered pretty much all that I can think of, and a lot of that is thanks to your feedback. Upkeep and build costs should be on the screen now for you guys, and we're going to get straight into the tour.
Welcome to the base tour. I am a bit sick at the moment, so I do apologise if I don't sound super pleasant. Coming into our first of the three multi-TCs, we've got a bag spawn, locker, and they are in fact disconnectable. Just like so, and then to replace, you pop that one back on there. Coming into the gatehouse, we have our triangle peak out here, pay to win doors like usual, another door for privacy, and some inner peaks through these vertical embrasures here. 6 raised furnaces inside the compound in total, just there. And you've got 4 turrets on you, just those 2 there and those 2 there, all behind double chain links. These ones do have a secondary purpose, which I'll get to later in the video. Coming along to our bedroom post here, we've got shotgun traps watching either side of these half walls, and these are exactly the same as the V1. So you've just got a battery, 2 beds, and 4 box storages. If you want to have another look at that, just go to the V1 video, and I think I go a little bit more in detail. Coming around here to our entrance, base is symmetrical on 3 sides, but this is the only pillar that you can access the main living space. Jumping up through here, and we come into the main base. We've got garage doors covering the entire ceiling, barbecue there, tier 3 workbench, turret watching the entrance, drop down and the jump up, 3 sleeping bags here as well as 2 beds over there. We've got a lot more storage on this level now. We have 2 storage pods on either side of the beds, as well as a vending machine through here. These also turn into really great breach peaks when you're being raided. If these walls go out, you can use this as a peer out into your compound, which is really good. Same thing with the ramp peaks just here. Jumping up into the shooting floor, guys, you can still see that we've got 2 lockers on either side, followed by 3 sleeping bags, 2 bed spawns, and the miscellaneous items that were on the outside have been moved to the inside. So you got repair bench and tier 2 workbench here, just for a bit of easier access. 3 furnaces here if you need to do some smelting. Open these doors up and you can see we've opened up the shooting floor a lot right here. A lot more peaks, a lot more room to run around. You've got these vertical embrasures for the fire angles as well as your ramp peaks, which I know was a feature a lot of you guys liked. This is the second feature of these outside chain links, is that you can actually open up that door and shoot through here. When you close it up, you can't be shot from the outside. Another thing you might have noticed is if you crouch down the bottom of these ramps, these toe biters turn into fire angles as well, and you have a bit of a head glitch to work from. Looking down these little hallways here, these turrets cover your whole outer shooting floor. If anyone manages to get in here, this will be watching both sides. This also leads on to our roof peak, so more toe biters here just so you can have a bit more roof retakes. And crouching down, you can see up towards your SAM sites in case anyone's on that little ledge there as well. Just to the right of the turret, you can see we've added a door here, and this gives you nice angles back down towards the gatehouse. Another thing I know you guys wanted was more gatehouse angles, and that's what we've done here. It's just opposite the entrance door from the pillar. If we go back to the pillar, this is one of the sides that doesn't lead you into the main base. We've still kept the hidden locker storage there, and other than that, this side's exactly the same as the entrance side. Heading back into the main part of the shooting floor, we go to our jump up and this takes us up to the roof. Once we're on the roof, you can immediately see it's different to the first version. We've got elevated turrets this time, protected from the ground by these outer roofs here. We've moved the SAMs onto this side, and that means they can now shoot upwards at MLRS. These mountain roof peaks that we've now added give you excellent coverage outside the base, as well as protecting the SAM turrets from down below. Through these doors here, you've got a vending machine on each side that should be drone accessible. Haven't been able to test it yet, but they should be. I can't see why not. And it also creates a little bit of an airlock so that if someone's out here, you only have to fight the one direction, and then you can close that door to get back around this side. Here's your double chain link peek outs. I know a lot of you guys liked this one. So it's double layered. You open it up and you can shoot out. If you're getting shot, you can close it back up. More toe biters here, just give you more compound coverage. And these can be used to traverse all the way around the outside of the roof. Coming back in on this side, you can also add one of those little exits on this side of the jump up. It just makes this a little less convenient. Alright, so that's the roof. I'll take you guys back down into the core. And finally, guys, we're going to jump down into the core, open this bad boy up, and we have 4 box storage down here. And as you can see, I have added the extra spawns that we need in the core pretty desperately. So we've got an extra 4 bag spawns as well as 2 spare lockers. This also doesn't decrease raid cost because we have a garage door here, and this blow-in part just connects to the main bunker. So it actually doesn't decrease raid cost at all to the main core just here, which, speaking of, is exactly the same as the old one. And you guessed it, we still have our pixel gaps in the middle here. Bit of a pain in the ass to access sometimes, but there you go, you can see that they are accessible on both sides. TC is just in behind there, and you have a large battery just there. Turn it around, I'll just show you how the bunker works. You get your frame out, place it on here, get your roof, place it just like that, upgrade to armored, and you're sealed in. To break it, you just go down here, shoot that out, and there goes the roof. Replace when you're ready. Alright guys, that's the base, let's get into the build. Alright, welcome to the build. I am going to be going through this fairly quickly, so just make sure that you guys are paying really close attention to what side I'm placing things from, and also what order I'm doing things in. If you do get confused or you want to double check something, always feel free to go back and double check it. So without further ado, let's get cracking on the starter. I'm going to start with the triangle. Square off that. 2 raised triangles. Half wall. And just like that. Make it stone. And then you just want to wall it in like so. Make sure that TC is all the way on the left there so you can access it later. And if you have reinforced glass, slap it on. Not a huge deal if you don't, but if you do, always feel free to do that. Next thing, I usually slap tier 1 or tier 2 down in this little starter unit, just until we get the second level going. And either 3 bag spawns or 2 bags and a large box. And after we've done that, we just do the exact same thing on this side. Followed by a half wall just here, and another door frame there. Pop a door on there, and seal it in. Just like that, and we've got our starter unit fully completed. Once we've got the starter unit done, we're just going to head outside and start working on the bunker. So to do that, just place a square foundation here, followed by 9 triangles going outwards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Square on the end of that. Delete the build up, including this first square that you placed. And we'll build back. Make sure this last foundation is connected to this one. To check that, you just make sure that big stone is at the top and not on either of the sides. After that, delete those 3. And build another 9 out from this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Square on the end of it, same thing, delete the build back. Make sure you keep that one now. And same thing here, make sure it's connected to this one. As you can see, stone in the top, delete those ones. And now stand at the back of this triangle, get a half wall out and place it just like that. Get your frame and start up there, slowly look down. When it turns blue, place it, delete that, upgrade this, upgrade that. And just head inside to check if it is working. That should turn blue. If it turns blue, we can upgrade this one just to make sure you're not accidentally placing the roof on the wrong one. And now we can place that twig in just like that. Alright, next thing you want to do is stand up on this ledge just here. And when you're placing these, make sure it's as far away from you as possible. As you can see, that one came closer. So look a little to the left and you can see that the little blue framework goes a bit further out. So place it just there. To check if it's placed correctly, just make sure this stone is attached to this foundation, just like that. If it's done wrong, the stone will be in the top. Do it on this side, same thing. So that's the close variation and that's the correct one. As you can see, the stone's just here. And then upgrade these ones straight away. Alright, next thing we want to do is finishing walling this part in. So just 2 walls on either side here, followed by a frame in the middle. And then roofs. Just like that. And then this is the most important part. You want to make sure you place this doorway from the outside of the base, not from the inside. Just like that. And then we can go ahead and upgrade all of that. As you can see, I've upgraded it to what it is supposed to look like eventually. Obviously you guys can do this at your own pace. You don't need to upgrade all of this stuff to armored or to metal straight away. Obviously for your starter unit, it's completely fine to build all of this in stone and then upgrade later. Just make sure that you're not blocking yourself off from upgrading anything, particularly this wall here and this wall through here, because when you do the honeycombing, that's going to be blocked off and you won't be able to upgrade it later. Other than that, everything should be pretty reachable other than these two walls down here. The bottom foundations are right to stay metal the whole time, but this is what it should look like later on. Obviously we can upgrade some of this stuff to metal as well, outside of the roof. Alright, now we're going to head on outside for some honeycombing. So to start doing that, I have got symmetry on for this, just means it's going to be building the same on 3 sides. So just make sure you copy whatever I'm doing on this side on the other 2 sides. So we start by a low triangle on all of these half walls, followed by 2 half walls, and seal it off just like that. Next we move around to these 2 spare triangle foundations and we make 2 raised ones, followed by honeycombing on both of them and seal them both off. Going to turn symmetry off for a second now. Just for this side, you want to make sure you place 2 walls and then a frame. That's just so you don't accidentally fill it in later. And then we move over to these sides. We can fill them in just like so. This is what I meant about you're going to need to upgrade these before you do this part, because you're not going to be able to reach it later. And there you go, you got the first floor done. All you have to do now is add a little jump up on top. So you do that by adding a full wall, half wall, triangle, delete that one, place that, and then this one's a little difficult to place. You're just going to move close to it till it turns blue, and there you go. Throw a door on there and you are good to go. Once the first floor is looking like this, we need to secure the area around us. We do that by adding multi-TCs. So just come in one of these half moon sides and copy what I do. So it's just going to be a triangle followed by a square followed by another triangle. Build 7 squares out from this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then a triangle on top. Delete these ones. And then we're just going to build half moons all the way back from here. When you get to as close as possible, you just want to build 2 squares off of this. These are going to be raised squares. And then we can delete all of these ones. Again, this is the same on 3 sides, as you can see. And before you add the 2 triangles off of the end of here, just make sure you come around to this side, place a lowered square, and then 2 low triangles off of it, and remove the square. A lot of people were saying this part was decaying. I did forget to mention in my last video that you do need to add a frame, just like that. It connects it to the main base correctly. Alright, after we've done that, we can add these 2 triangles here, and go ahead and upgrade them. Cool, now they're upgraded, we'll go ahead and build our multi-TCs. So from here, we just want to build out 1 square, and then we will go 3 triangles like that, and then 1 off the end, followed by a door, and then window frames on all of these slots, apart from this one, which is a door frame, and then triangles on top just like that. Vertical embrasures on these sides, double door on this side, and if you want the other door skin, obviously put that on, and then 2 windows on this side. Now I will show you how to do the actual disconnectable TC here. So just from this initial pod here, you just want to go 1 triangle followed by 3 squares, and then 3 triangles on top of that. Delete these squares and triangle just like that. Then on this side, this is the most important part, it's just 2 half walls. And then here you want to make this metal, also that, and that, and that, and just another wall there, followed by a door here. Roof those 2 in, add that, TC goes in there, window on, and then door frame, and there you go. Now to connect it, you just want to go triangle off here and there, followed by a square here, square there, and then just like that. I'll show you what works. There you go. So that's the same on all 3 sides. We'll go ahead and build the bedroom pod. So just off of here, it's pretty much the opposite of what you did there. So it's going to be a square followed by a triangle. Triangle can stay wood. Sorry, wood. And then we're going to build a square off of here. Wall this in. Chuck a window on these sides, followed by a door frame. That's how you want it looking initially. Followed by that. and make sure you don't roof that off until you have your 2 boxes on top. I'll just quickly show you how to do that. Just like this. Just so long as they're poking over the end, you'll be able to reach them pretty easily, and then you can throw that on top. Unfortunately, symmetry is going to break some things, but that's just how it goes. Alright, I'll quickly update the inside of this. Alright, so it should be looking like that when you're finished. Just make sure you place these boxes as far back as you can so you can fit both the beds in. After that, all you have to do is slap a double door on, and then we can start placing these ones. So just a triangle off each side, followed by a half wall, and then a frame on top of the half wall, just like that. After doing that, place frame here, frame there, and a frame on top. Next you want to get your turret, and just slide your turret in here like this. Same on both sides here. Make sure you place the turret in before you place the chain link in. But once you have it there, just feel free to put those on. And that's what it should be looking like. Again, the same on all 3 sides. Finally, we're going to wall off the compound. Like I said in the last video, I am very OCD when it comes to walls, so I figured out a way to get them perfect every time. Just stand all the way back in this corner and push the wall forward and line it up just like this. Next, start moving forward without moving your mouse. Come to the right until that pole on the left is in line with the corner, and just poke it into the wall a little bit. After you've done that, connect it up here and just drag it all the way around until it connects with this post just here. Exact same on this side, so just come around to your other gatehouse, back it up into the corner, push it forward, just like this, move to the left. Once your pole is connecting up, just push it into the wall a little bit, and then swing this all the way around, just like so. If it's too far in this wall here, all it means is you just need to move this one further inside that gatehouse. But as you can see, they look perfect on all sides. And now what you want to do, optional if you're up to this stage and you like or not, but when you get a chance, get some large furnaces, stand on top of the square foundations, raise them as high as you can, and then just push it all the way back into the corner until you can't push it any further. Just like that, exact same on this side as well. Just as high as you can, looking at the corner all the way to the back. And there you go. That's what your compound should be looking like. You are fully sealed in with your multi-TCs. Now we're going to get to work on the second floor. So just come to either the left or the right side of your drop down and place 2 half walls followed by 2 triangles. Wall on this side, door on this side. And then as we head up here, we're just going to place another door followed by another wall and a little jump up spot just there. Roof that one just there and another one on top there. Next, place 2 walls, another door to make your airlock, and then frames going along like so, and then just another wall here. Next, you can go ahead and start walling in the rest of this central egg, so just like this. Make sure you leave this one open. You can put a door on there and then honeycomb that off just like that. First thing you want to do with that is pop either a bedding machine or a locker in here. You can do this after you place the beds, but you're going to need to pick them up, so I just do it beforehand, and then pop a door on there. Next, to the left and right of the door, all you have to do, place a half wall, 2 triangles, half wall, 2 triangles. That's where your boxes are going to go. Next, seal that off with a wall, and we can connect another square just on top like that. Remove this one and place another wall just there. And that's basically the second floor done. We can put a wall on that one, and all we have to do now is seal it in. So I'll usually just jump up on one of these, leave that one open. If you don't want to seal it in by accident, you can put a frame on there, and we'll just start sealing the rest of this in like so. There you go. Coming back down into here, make sure you don't place this ramps in until you've updated the core, which I'm going to go ahead and do now. Come down to the core now, guys. If you haven't already, you're going to want to place a furnace so that you can jump up, otherwise use a ladder hatch. I definitely prefer using a jump up over a ladder hatch, but it is personal preference. Coming into the core now, first thing we're going to do is sort out our pixel gaps. So just come to one of these sides here, go all the way to the back and drag your box so that there's only one row of metal divots. Drag it all the way across to the left, and then do the same on this side, except to the right, like this. And then just place the second box next to it. They are a bit of a pain sometimes, but just so long as it's close enough, it doesn't really matter. There you go. Once you've done that, go all the way to the back here. Get your triangle out. Lower it down. As soon as it turns blue, that means it's good to go. And get your gun out. Look through the gaps. You should be able to see that you can open them on this side and you can open them on this side. There you go. Next thing you want to do is put your battery in here. And sorry, I've already placed that window there, but before you place the window, place a half wall there and then place a square off it. Triangle, and then another square. Remove the triangle, remove the half wall, and then your window can go on there. Next, place your ramps in. And then fill these up with boxes. Coming into here, we're just going to place a door just here. That one can be a bit tricky to place. Rotate it to the outside. And same thing on this side. That one was a bit easier. Next, get your locker. Place your locker all the way to the back, like so. Same on this side, just like so. And then get your sleeping bags out. Place the first one just so that it's right up against the locker, like this. And then the second one we'll just squeeze in here next to it. And again. That one should have enough room for us here. There you go. And then just pop doors on there. And you're good to go. Pop the 4 boxes in here. I'll skip that, but if you want to see how to do it, I do think I went through it in pretty good detail in the last video. Alright, now the core's updated, we can move on back to the second floor and we can start putting our stuff in. So we'll start with the boxes on one side, just like this. I won't show you how to do it on the other side because it's pretty straightforward. And throw a window on there. You can also put electrical furnaces on one side if you would like to. Window on there, and then we just pop our beds in. Pretty easy to get these in. And now we should be able to place our ramps in here, just like this. It's really important that you don't do this before you do the ones downstairs, otherwise you won't be able to place the downstairs downstairs ramps. Next, just slap these in here like this. I know I'm in no clip, but to place these ones up the top, you can either jump, or if you want to do it a little more accurately, you can just place something to stand on out in the central triangle here. And there you go. Next, we're going to just spam doors on pretty much all of these. I like to face all these ones inwards. And there you go. I'll just finish placing the other miscellaneous items and then we'll move on to the shooting floor. Alright guys, so now that once we've done that, we can head over to our pillar and start finishing this one off. So on top of these ones that we've already got placed, we just want to add 2 windows. This can be done earlier as well if you want to have a little more privacy on this area. As long as you leave this square open. Because on this one, we're going to add a door and then a half wall. Coming up into here. Just seal that off with another roof tile just there. And then we can go back over to one of our other sides. These other 2 are going to be the same, so I'll put symmetry back on. And all we have to do is 2 half walls. Put your wall on, door on, just like this. And then on this side, we put a wall and then get our locker. Push our locker all the way into the back as far as we can go. Which, there we go. And then just a half wall followed by a low wall on top of that will give us our little secret spot. Honeycomb those 2. Jump up to the next one, and same thing with the windows just here. This one can be a bit tricky to place sometimes. There you go. And we can seal this off as well. Exact same thing here. We're just going to put a door there, half wall here, and seal them both in like so. Alright guys, next thing we're going to do is secure the jump up. So just head over there, place a wall, followed by a half wall and a triangle. Finish it off just by doing this, and I just pop that in there so that I don't accidentally fill it in later. Put that on there. Come around to these sides where the window is and just place frames. Just like this. And then I'm going to turn symmetry on. Come to one of these sides that has the 2 triangles below you and just get a floor and place it down as low as you can. Followed by a half wall and then another floor. Just like that. Same thing, can be a bit tricky. Just like that. and then like that. Next, get rid of these half walls and come down the bottom. Place 2 frames, followed by a window on top. Same on this side, window on top. That's what it should look like. And then come down to these 2 triangles right here. Place 2 half walls, 2 frames on top of the half walls, and then 4 frames at the front. In here, you're just going to want to fill this with a spot for your metal barricade to sit on. And then on top of the frame, just here, I'm going to place 2 more walls. Next, on top of these 4 frames that you have at the front, it's 4 more windows. And that's what it should be looking like. Coming over to the inside now, you just have to get your floor frames and place them on these 2 empty spots. Press yourself up against the wall and rotate the ramp. Make sure these are metal. Just like so. And there you go. Next thing you want to do, head over to your jump up, and on the side of each of these squares, just place a half wall facing outwards, like that. And then on top of those, a window facing inwards, just like that. That's what it should look like. And then on the ends of these triangles, you just want to add some door frames, and on the central triangle, same thing. Once you've done that, head to the outside here, and place those 2 frames on the end, those 2 frames there, and that'll be the same on each side, as you can see. Come over to the middle here, stand in the corner, 1 frame there, 1 frame there, and if you haven't already placed this frame on the edge of this triangle, you can do that also. Finally, stand on the door side, place a half wall, and then on top of that, place a triangle. That is your jump up for the roof peak. Alright guys, all I've got handed done is just add it all in the doors and the embrasures that were missing. So I'll give you a quick look at one of the sides just so you can see what I've put where. Just like that. And the only other thing to note is on the jump up spot just in here, I've added garage doors rather than double doors. Just makes this jump a little easier here. So coming back up to the roof, the first thing we want to do obviously is seal this in. So we just place 2 half walls either side and then add roofs, just like that. And then head over to these sides, place full walls on, like that, and we can add our roofs. Easiest way to do that is just stand right on the top of this triangle here. And you can get all of them. That's how it should be looking. Come over to these double triangles and place your door frames. They need to be on the outer wall, as you can see, so it's a bit difficult sometimes. There you go. And then add the ones on top. Half walls here, followed by 2 triangle roofs. There you go. Add your chain links in there when you want. And then come over to your jump up. I'll turn symmetry off for this part. You just want to seal this up. Like I said in the showcase, you can add another door here if you want more mobility on the roof. But outside of that, just do this. And slap a door in there. I've got one. There you go. And now we can add symmetry back on. That was floor stacking. Symmetry back on. And all we want to do here is make a door facing outwards. Put a door opening outwards on there. And then 2 frames in the corner here. Get your vending machine, push it all the way towards those frames there. And as you can see, it creates a little bit of an airlock in here. Just like that. And now you just want to add triangles on top of each of these. And on top of the triangles, pop some turrets in. I don't like putting them all the way back. I bring them forward just a little bit. And then we add 4 more frames, followed by these 2, and a windmill. These can also be made of stone if you so desire. And last but not least, we come up here, get our SAM turrets, and go right on the corner and just place it as far back as you can, just like that. Make sure they're actually facing towards you, like so. And there you go. Coming back down into here now, get 2 roof triangles, make these ones stone, and there you go. It covers in front of it just like that. And final step is to just add a couple of beds right on here like that. I'll leave the shooting floor decoration up to you guys. If you want some inspiration, just refer back to the showcase video. And just for a few finishing touches now, guys, we can add some barbed wire barricades around the place. So just come down to your multi-TC entrances here, or your gatehouses. Add 2 half walls, followed by 5 triangles. And then you just want to add your barbed wire in like this. Remove the excess triangles. Same on each gatehouse. Then come back over to this side. Same thing, just add 2 triangles off the front here. And remove the excess just like that. Finally, come over to this one. Add 1 door frame, followed by a triangle. Get up onto here. Add some extras here. These will obviously be twig when you're doing it, so there you go. Remove the excess triangles, keep that frame there, add a triangle on top of it, as well as 2 extra frames. Delete the one down the bottom. Now we're just going to add our turret in here. This is completely optional, this turret pod. You can just stick with like a single chain link or no chain link if you want, but if you want to know how to do it, that's how you do it, and then just remove this bottom frame there. Make sure that gate opens inwards. So I'll show you again on this side. Just start by a frame, one of those, turret on the inside, followed by a gate opening inwards, 2 frames on the outside, and chain link. Remove that and that, and there you go. So that's the base, guys. Should be all done. I hope this tutorial wasn't A, too long, and B, not very helpful to you. I want to say again, thank you very much for the appreciation that you showed the first base. It meant a lot to me. So yeah, I hope this one is worthy of the hype you gave the first one. Cheers, guys. I'll see you in the next one.